5 ways to defend yourself against straight punches. These are all pretty basic, and sometimes people skip over a lot of the basics when it comes to defense because it looks very simple, but you need to drill these techniques because it'll ensure that you don't get the CTE special. So I'm here with my friend Ty Lopez, and we're going to work the first block, which is actually going to be a parry. When he throws his left hand, I parry the jab. I try not to parry it at the top right here on his knuckles. I try to parry it more towards the wrist because it gives me a little bit more leverage and a little bit more power to send his wrist the opposite way. Sometimes when I see people parry right at the top when he throws the jab, kind of flies off and then they're in a bad position. The parry is just a small motion and I just smack it out of the way. So if he goes a little faster with it, bah, and I'm parrying with the same size. So same side parry, and then he throws the other side, and then same side parry right there. Again, bah. One more. So I always go to the opposite shoulder. If he threw that right hand, I don't want to parry inside because this is there right away. So for this basic parry, we just go to the opposite shoulder. So he goes left, left. It's okay, he's new. Right? Boom, left. Okay, so next one we're going to do, we'll just implement blocking. So it's easier when you have boxing gloves on. Little bit harder when you're empty hand or you have MMA gloves. When he throws his jab, I just put the glove on my forehead. I block. I don't have it out when he throws the jab. I don't have it to where it dings my forehead like that. When he throws the cross, same deal. Does it matter which glove blocks which? Not really. I mean, if you want to be all uptight about it, when he throws the left, I could block left. When he throws the right, I could block right. But if he throws the right, I could still block left. I mean, I don't see the point. That is a really good way to block as well. The parries are good when people throw jabs that are very fast, like a flicker jab. But these blocks are good for when they throw more stiff jabs. So if he stiffs with stiff jab, boom, and then stiff cross. Ah, those blocks are good as well. Third one we're going to do is slipping. He's going to throw his jab. I'm going to angle down here. My shoulder's going down. And sometimes you could feel their glove going past the shoulder. And when he retracts that, I go back. Okay, so he throws the left. Boom, I could even step in with it. Again, bah. And then now he throws the cross. I slip this way. When I do that slip, let's get right here. When I do that slip, boom, I'm also loading for hooks or uppercuts. So a slip in it itself is loading for a hook or loading for an uppercut. And all I have to change when I'm doing that slip, right hand, is if I'm doing a hook, I stand nice and tall. Or if I'm doing an uppercut, when I slip, I go more down. Bah. Okay? So slipping's good because it involves no contact. You don't have to parry anything. You don't have to block, because even if I'm blocking, especially if we have MMA gloves or if we're empty hand, when he throws the punches, I'm still taking damage. It's just way better than taking damage straight to the forehead without blocking. So the next one we're going to implement pulling. You can either pull in place depending on the distance. It also depends on the wingspan of the opponent. So when Ty throws his jab, my chin's going to go into my chest here, and I'm going to still keep my hands up, but I'm just shifting my weight back. I'm not going like this and getting off balance, but I'm just following the jab. So you really have to know the range. This one's a little bit more advanced because we have to get that measuring. Same thing with the cross. Same thing with the cross. I follow it. The beautiful thing is there's a counter with that. He could throw the cross, and I could follow the cross back with the counter. You can also step back with the back foot. Well, let's say I'm really close. He throws that jab. I can step back and then go back in with that cross. And he throws his cross, step back, and then go in. So that's a little bit of a safer way of pulling. But pulling isn't just rocking back. Once again, the chin is going into the chest. When I pull, it's still, and my hands are up. I'm not letting everything run free. Okay? So far we have parry, block, slip, pull. Last one that I use more from when I train in Kuk Sool, we're going to do a round block, which people have seen in kickboxing more with teeps. So let's say he throws his lead leg teep to my stomach right here. What I'm going to do is swipe, this motion. If he throws the rear leg, swipe. Okay, so there's that motion. I'm just applying that for when he punches. So if he throws his jab, I do that circular motion. When he applies his cross, I do that motion as well. So I'm doing a circular motion. I could kind of drag on that hand right there and then follow up with a hook. Same thing with the other one. Boom, I could follow up with the hook. That round block is not for when somebody is throwing a jab where they're just shooting it out really fast like a flicker jab. If somebody's just doing that, you could just block, parry, pull, any of those other ones that we did, minus slipping. It's more for when kickboxers throw that really stiff jab where they commit to it. He steps in with the jab. That's when I do the round block. A lot of times when people try to parry those stiff jabs, it still goes through and they still get hit. So that's when you implement the round block. One more time. And then with the right, and then it's open there. So if we go down the list of the blocks that we worked on, what are the do nots? So for the parry, a do not is do not move more than you have to. So if I'm here, I don't have to move this much to get it out of the way. It starts to be counterproductive and then he could hit me back. So we just move minimal. Okay, just tiny. So that's a big do not when it comes to parry. Also, do not try to parry at the top of the glove here. It slips all the time and it's harder to really get the wrist away. So try to parry right there at the glove. As far as slipping, do not just tilt one way or the other. You really lose the structure of what you're doing if you're just tilting as if you're doing an ab exercise. And then the other thing is do not completely drop your hands, throw a jab. When you do it, cross, If you really know what you're doing, you could have longer guards in doing it. It doesn't mean I put my guard up super high and I try to slip and then it still hits my glove. I could keep it low at my chin and then when he throws a jab, I can just slip down. And I throw the other one and then my shoulder can go down as well. As far as pulling, the do not is just matrix, like going back. So when he throws the jab, this is the do not. Hands going down, head going back. I teach a lot of students, and as ridiculous as that looks, I see that all the time. And I also see people, hold it for a knee, side tangent. When people knee, I see them do this freedom thrust every time. It's like the default. It looks ridiculous. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. So when we pull, I still have my hands up. My guard just changes a little bit. My guard just changes. Okay? And then when we're on to the round block, the do not is when he throws a jab. I don't want to bring it all the way down. I don't want to make it a circular block that is this big of a circle. The circle is small. So he throws the jab, it's just a small circle. Throws across, small circle. Okay? So those are the do nots. 5 different ways to defend yourself against straight punches. And as far as the block, when he throws a jab and I just block, the only do not is just have your hand out. So when he throws it, you're like hitting yourself twice. All right. That's it. This is Tai Lopez. And we got Unks behind the camera. All right.